Thank you. Since 2018, I've had no less than 3 oncologists panic at the mere sight of my lab reports: inoperable advanced cervical cancer with a large tumor. One of them even freaked out when I told him I wasn't going to use any of his treatments. No scans, no chemo, no radiation. What do I say when my current oncologist says, "You should be dead," and I'm not?
A very COVID Christmas. Right before Christmas this past year, I tested positive for COVID. I was laying on my couch, or is it lying? I never know the difference, and at this point, I'm determined not to learn, thinking, why me? Why did I have to get sick at the most joyous time of year? And what's worse, we had a family vacation to Florida planned.
She walked into class that first day and said, "I've heard you're a great teacher. That's why I signed up for this class." Not exactly shy, and nothing I would expect from a student on day one. So I walked over to where she was working. I was so curious what was holding her attention so. She ignored my presence and just kept working as I looked over her shoulder. It was a semi-dry cube of clay, about 8 inches in each direction. And right in the middle of it, she was carving an absolutely pitch perfect, beautifully realistic, larger than life vagina.
The emergency room doctor showed me the scans of my brain on a computer screen, little balloons budding off of the threads of my arteries. He put a ruler up to the picture of the aneurysm on the computer screen like this. 8 millimeters. Like looking at a map and finding New York is only 3 inches away from Washington, D.C. This did not give me confidence he had respect for my brain. There was no way to know if my aneurysms would remain innocuous or rupture. If one or both burst, I had a 60% chance of death or permanent disability. His advice was to wait and see what happened. Oh, and not let my blood pressure go up. Sure, no problem.
One thing that really matters to me, other than the obvious good health and dear friends, is writing. The hobby started in a roundabout way. In my freshman year in high school, a creative writing teacher gave us an assignment: start a daily journal. I groaned, along with everyone else. We were tasked with writing at least 2 pages per day. This was, of course, in addition to all of our other homework. Shit, I thought. And you have to get personal, she said. It won't work if you don't put down your deepest feelings. If you don't want me to read it thoroughly, I won't. Just date the pages and I'll skim and check that you've done at least 2. Believe me, she continued, this can be a lifesaver. It's like having someone to talk to even when no one is there.
I'm living with Grandma Morin. Mom and my brother Chris are going to New York City to look for a place for us to live. From the kitchen table, I hear my grandma and mom in another room. They always talk loud at each other, unless Aunt Bess is here. My grandma says, "If it weren't for that baby, that boy would have a father." I don't know what she means, but my mother stops talking then. What's a father?
"Who are you?" I asked. "We're just some friends of your dad," Man A reassured us. There was no introduction from them, and it soon became clear that none would be given. "Your father told us we could stay here for a while." "What?" I thought. I didn't respond. I was puzzled about what could merit such a generous offer, to stay in our house with us. He owes us a bit of money, and he told us we could stay here for a while and use the house to help out with that. This crude introduction to my new housemates didn't come as a total surprise, as life with Daddy had become unpredictable.
Mark worked spray painting pump parts at a factory while I stayed home caring for our family. Fort Wayne was a lonely place for me. It was Mark's hometown, but that didn't help a young mother who is overwhelmed by her unending responsibilities with children and homemaking. Mark's mother was not the friend I had expected from her heart-rending letters in which she expressed that she suffered great anguish at our living so far away in Pennsylvania. It seemed like a bad omen when the 3.5 of us finally pulled into Fort Wayne in our 1949 stake-body truck, heaped with all our worldly possessions, and her first words to us were, "Don't expect me to be your babysitter."
What really matters is your health. What really matters is love. What really matters is life, eternity, God, water, freedom, hard work, winning, kindness, trust, intelligence, luck, friendship, caring, beauty, imagination, art, sailing, sex, dreams, knowledge, happiness. What really matters is death, hope, science, books, exercise, breath, process, strength, wonder.
What if you wake up one morning? A feeling calls you to the piano. You go downstairs, your hands are light, the keys are soft. The music tumbles out like stars. And you recall an early declaration. I want to learn to improvise so I can synchronize my life with all creation. You visualized an improvising universe out there somewhere. You are the silence and the space, the darkness and the light. You are the birthplace of all creations, improvisation. Out into the world, back into the womb. Out into creating, back into creation. Out into the improvisation, back into the meditation.